Yo, what's up guys, hope you guys are doing good. So today we are going to see what if Hiruzen told Naruto about his heritage part 2. Hope you will enjoy this video, so before we start please like the video and subscribe to our channel and hit bell notification, it motivates me to upload more fanfic for my lovely audience. So let's get started.
That's quite a loaded question, Kakashi-sensei, Naruto replied. How so? Well, considering the fourth was arguably the greatest ninja since ever, Naruto said. What would you like to know about him? Do you want to know that he was the genin student of Jiraiya of the Sannin? Or how he became your sensei during the Third Shinobi War? How he garnered the moniker, Yellow Flash, when he wiped out an entire Iwa army by using the Hiruzen? What about how he became the only ninja to ever reach the SS rank and flee on sight order in the bingo book? Or how he became the youngest Kage ever? Or even how he sacrificed himself to seal the Kyuubi in his newborn son? Kakashi's visible eye widened at the final question. So you do know? He asked quietly. Yes, I know that I am Namikaze Uzumaki Naruto, son of the Yondaime Hokage, Namikaze Minato, and Uzumaki Kushina, the Whirlpool's red-haired maelstrom. Kakashi sighed and sat down next to Naruto. How did you find out? He asked. Naruto snorted. Come on, I'm not that much of an idiot. I'm surprised that the villagers haven't put the pieces together. I look just like him without the whiskers. The villagers probably don't want to realize that you are Sensei's son, Kakashi sighed. Yeah, they only see me as the demon child, so they are in denial about the obvious. Naruto, what truly is your dream? Kakashi asked. I noticed that you seemed like you wanted to say something more when I asked, also that almost slipped when you were talking about Fuinjutsu. Caught that, didn't you, Inu-san? Naruto chuckled. Don't look so surprised, sensei. I knew about Gigi's order to have me followed by Anbu since I was 5. And Anbu standards have been slipping for the last few years. I mean, isn't chasing me around the village sort of like a rite of passage for the newbies? Kakashi chuckled. I guess I can see that. But you didn't answer my question. My dream is to become Hokage, protect this village and its people with my life if need be, and to surpass my father. Kakashi hid a smile at Naruto's answer. Sensei, do you think my parents would be proud of me? Naruto asked softly. Yes, Naruto, I think they would be extremely proud of you. You embody them both so much. Thank you, sensei. Of course, Naruto. Now I think it's time for you to be heading home. We start missions tomorrow, Kakashi said. Okay. Good night, sensei, Naruto said before vanishing in a swirl of light. That wasn't the flying thunder god, that was Shunshin but faster. Sensei, Kushina Ne-chan, you both would be so proud of your son. He might just surpass all those before him. The next morning found Team 7 waiting for Kakashi to arrive. Naruto was sitting on the bridge, a Fuinjutsu scroll in his lap, while Sasuke was shooting him flares of barely suppressed rage and jealousy, while Sakura was sneaking looks at Sasuke and looking around for Kakashi. Yo, Kakashi said, appearing in a puff of smoke. You're late, Naruto and Sakura cried, fingers pointing at him. Yeah, sorry, I was on my way here when I realized. Lair, Sakura cried. But I didn't even finish, Kakashi said. It doesn't matter, Sasuke said. Let's just get our missions done. Team 7 and Kakashi, who was crying anime tears, made their way to the mission hall. They entered the hall and saw the other rookie genin teams waiting with their senseis. Sasuke-kun, Ino cried. There you are. Back off, Ino pig, Sakura growled. Naruto ignored the two girls' antics and walked over to where Shikamaru and Choji were standing, Ino's teammates. What's up? Nothing much, Naruto, Choji said between mouthfuls of chips. Troublesome, muttered the Nara heir. So have you decided to finally take things seriously? Naruto smirked. Never could put anything past you, but yeah, it's time for the world to see what the dead last can do, he muttered back. Naruto baka. Come on, Sakura cried. I don't know how you can stand that troublesome girl, Shikamaru said as Naruto pushed himself off the wall. Well, you learn to tune it out after a while, he said as he followed his teammates and sensei into the Mission Dispersal Office, MDO. Ah, Team 7 welcome, the Hokage said. So are you all ready for your first mission? PFF'd. Mission, you mean chores Gigi, Naruto thought. Ah, here we go, the Hokage said, handing the mission scroll to Kakashi, who opened it. Well, right off the bat we get the Tora retrieval mission, the Jonin said. I wonder who has the record. Record sensei, Sakura asked. It seems that the fire daimyo's cat has escaped again and we've been asked to retrieve him. What? We're supposed to find a missing cat, Naruto cried. Oh, don't be so quick to judge Tora, that cat is the bane of all genin teams. We have a board that has the times for the fastest recovery, the Hokage said chuckling. He pointed off to the side. Naruto looked over and saw a plague that had the title, Tora retrieval times above it. Naruto walked over and read off the record time. 3 hours 26 minutes and 47 seconds, by Team 7, led by Jonin Namikaze with Hitaki Kakashi, Uchiha Obito and Izuna Rin, Naruto said. So your team holds the record, Kakashi-sensei? That's right, Kakashi said. That cat is really tricky, I'm amazed that he's still around. Well then Naruto-kun, do you want this mission or is it too easy for you? The Hokage said. Naruto narrowed his eyes at the old man. I know what you're doing Gigi, and it's working. All right old man, I guess Konoha's next Hokage can take this one. I mean if a team led by the 4th Hokage took almost 4 hours to do this, we'll be able to beat that record, Naruto said. Naruto baka, show the Hokage some respect, Sakura cried. But I always call him that because he is old, Naruto said. And he's like my grandfather. Hiruzen felt his chest contract at Naruto's words. Thank you Naruto, that's very kind of you. Naruto blushed and rubbed the back of his head in embarrassment. Well, you always said that the Hokage is like the father of the village, but you're too old to just be a dad so you're the grandfather. Kakashi, Sakura, Sasuke and Iruka all sweat dropped at Naruto's words, the Hokage however laughed deeply. Ah Naruto, you never cease to amaze me, Hiruzen said. So then are you going to become the father of this village? Believe it, Naruto said, confidence shining in his eyes. Everyone in the room could feel that he would do whatever it took to achieve his dream. Naruto, Sakura whispered. She had never seen someone so confident in themselves. Confidence was something that Sakura had had trouble with. She wasn't from a ninja clan like Sasuke or Ino, nor did she have a lot of chakra like Naruto. All she had was her brain and chakra control. Kakashi smiled at the blonde genin. This kid is truly something special, the Jonin thought. He doesn't back down and there's this aura about him that makes you feel that he can achieve anything. All right then, it seems that we have a cat to catch, Kakashi said. Team 7 followed their sensei out the door, leaving Iruka and the Hokage in the MDO alone. He really has grown, Iruka said. That he has Iruka-kun, the Hokage said. And I won't be surprised if he does take the hat someday and surpass his father. How are we supposed to find this cat? He could be anywhere, Sakura said as Team 7 made their way outside the Hokage Tower. There's only 4 of us, we can't cover the whole village. I think you're forgetting something Sakura-chan, Naruto said. We have an entire army at our disposal. What are you talking about Dobi? Sasuke sneered. Taju Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. Naruto cried. There was an explosion of smoke and all around them, around 100 Narutos were now staring at the other members of Team 7 and Kakashi. How is this possible? Sakura asked. Sasuke looked stuck between awed and furious. How can this clan-less Dobi produce so many clones, he fumed. Even Kakashi was stunned. I've never seen so many solid clones, Even Minato-sensei couldn't do this much, the one-eyes Jonin thought. Alright, you all know what to do, Naruto called to his army. Go in pairs, when you've found the cat, corner it and have one dispel so we can find you. Yosh! Scatter! Naruto cried, and with a slash of his arm, the clones vanished. Turning back to his teammates and sensei, he saw their shocked looks and grinned sheepishly. I hope that's not cheating, sensei. Kakashi had to use all his self-control to not fall to the ground laughing. No, Naruto, I don't think it is, though I don't think there are many, if any, genins can use the shadow clone jutsu like you can, Kakashi said. Naruto chuckled. Probably not, he said. Just then he stiffened. Gotcha, come on, one of my clones found Tora over by the Nara compound. He sprinted off without another word. Sasuke and Sakura looked at Kakashi, who gave them an eye smile before vanishing in a swirl of leaves. The two genin growled before leaping off after their hyperactive teammate and tardy, perverted sensei. Nice of you two to join us, Naruto said as Sasuke and Sakura appeared. Kakashi was also there, his face hidden by his Ika book. Well, where is the cat? Sasuke asked. You said that you had caught it. No, I said that a clone had found him. But that cat is wily, he was able to evade my clone's attempt to grab him. I need your help, Naruto said. Sasuke scoffed. Dobi, can't even catch a cat. Hey, if it wasn't for Naruto, we wouldn't even know where to start, Sakura said. Naruto turned to Sakura in amazement. She just stood up for me, to the TME to boot, he thought. Alright, calm down, Kakashi said. Even he was surprised that Sakura had defended Naruto. Here, he handed the three genin a radio, use these to keep in contact. Naruto, Sakura and Sasuke put the radios on and leapt off. Scarecrow here, distance to target. Kakashi's voice crackled through the radio. Fox here, 5 meters. Blossom here, 8 meters. Sasuke, 12 meters. Come again. Didn't catch that, Naruto said, his voice laced with amusement. Hell no, I'm not using that name. Why did Naruto get to choose the codenames? Sasuke snapped. Because he was the one who found Tora in the first place, DB, Kakashi said. Naruto snickered while Sakura had to stifle a giggle. Don't call me that, Sasuke snapped. Whatever, DB, next time you can pick the codenames, Naruto said. I'm in position, Scarecrow. This is Blossom, I'm ready to go as well. Right, go, Kakashi barked. Naruto, Sakura and Sasuke burst through the brush toward the dusty brown cat with a red ribbon on its ear. The cat, Tora screeched as he bolted off out of sight. Naruto grinned as he sent the mental command to his clones to tighten the net. Gotcha! Naruto cried as he leapt over a fence, surprising the feisty feline that had been cornered by a pair of his clones. The cat made to escape by darting between the clones and the original, but Naruto was just quick enough to catch the cat before it could slip through a crack in the fence. Naruto handed the cat to a clone before touching the mic of his radio. This is Fox, target has been captured, repeat, I've got the cat. Good job, Naruto, confirm that the target has a red ribbon on his left ear, Kakashi said. That's confirmed, it's Tora, Naruto said. Well then, we better get going if we want to set that record, Kakashi said. Hey Sakura-chan, you want to hold him, Naruto said, holding the struggling cat in front of him. I don't think Tora liked me very much. Okay, Sakura said. Naruto handed Tora over, who immediately calmed. Oh, you're good kitty, aren't you? She cooed at the now purring cat. Naruto glared at the cat. Now what's the difference between me and Sakura-chan? He asked to no one in particular. Probably because she's not a dobi, Sasuke grunted. Sakura looked at him, blushing at the compliment. No matter how pathetic she is, Sasuke continued. Sakura looked down at the put down. Shut up, Tem. Sakura-chan isn't pathetic, She's the one who got tree walking down first and she's smarter than you, so much for the great Uchiha clan, Naruto snapped. Sasuke spun around, his onyx eyes flashing dangerously. What did you say? He snarled. You heard me. Maybe if you got that duck butt head of your out of your ass, you'd see that you're not all that, Naruto said. You need to keep working and training if you want to get strong. Sasuke snarled and leapt toward Naruto, but Kakashi grabbed the Uchiha by the back of his shirt. That's enough, the Jonin said sharply. Naruto and Sasuke went red and began sputtering while Sakura looked away, either from fury at someone calling her Sasuke-kun, gayer from laughter. Team 7 and Kakashi made their way back to the MDO, Tora cuddled up in Sakura's arms, purring contentedly. Hey Oji-san, we're back, Naruto cried as they entered the MDO. What's our time? Hello there Naruto-kun, Sasuke-kun, Sakura-chan, Kakashi-kun, you've already found Tora, the Hokage said. Hi, it really wasn't that hard, though that cat doesn't seem to like me or DB very much, Naruto said. Oi, don't call me that, Sasuke barked. DB, Uruka asked. Yeah, we've all got codenames, I was Fox, Naruto said. The Hokage pinned Naruto with a piercing look. I choose them for all of us. Sakura-chan was Blossom, Kakashi-sensei was Scarecrow and Sasuke was DB or Duck Butt. Sasuke glared at Naruto, while Sakura and Kakashi were hiding giggles. Uruka was preparing his Uki Atama no Jutsu, big head, when the Hokage raised a hand. Naruto-kun, you should treat your comrades with respect, the Hokage said. I understand sir, but we made a team decision for me to pick our codenames for this mission, Naruto said. Next one would be Sakura-chan's turn, then Sasuke, then me again. And our codenames describe us perfectly. I'm crafty like a fox, Sakura-chan is as pretty as a flower blossom, and Sasuke looks like a DB. Sakura blushed at Naruto's compliment while Kakashi had to turn away to hide his laughter. Naruto, Sasuke roared. Enough, the Hokage barked. Now Team 7, you are dismissed for today, but I expect you all to have cooler heads when you return. Hi sir, the genin said. Here's your payment for your mission, the Hokage said, handing each genin an envelope. Now don't go spend it all at once, Naruto-kun. Hi sir, Naruto said, scratching the back of his head. Team 7 and Kakashi left the mod, payments in hand. All right then, meet at the training ground at 7 a.m. tomorrow, we'll train until noon, have lunch then go get our mission. Hi, Naruto and Sakura answered. Sasuke just gave his usual grunt. Kakashi vanished in a puff of smoke. Now then, I don't know about you but I'm going home to do some more training, Naruto said. You're not going anywhere Dobi, I've still got to pay you back for that ridiculous codename you gave me, Sasuke snarled. It's about time I taught you the superiority of the Uchiha. Naruto rolled his eyes, fine let's rock. Sakura-chan, do you want to watch me kick Sasuke-tem's ass? Ha, like you could do that. Well, didn't I beat you the last time we sparred, Naruto said. We won't be sparring, this is no holds barred, Sasuke said, with a smirk. Well then, we won't be fighting, Naruto said. I'm not going to let you goad me into some situation that will get either of us hurt Tem. Coward, knew you couldn't measure up. Naruto growled deep in his throat. I'll fight you Tem, but tomorrow during training. Don't want you to get hurt too bad, he said. I want to make sure that sensei is there to keep it from getting out of control. Sure, Sasuke smirked. Whatever, I'll see you two tomorrow, Naruto said before bounding off. Damn Tem, I'll show him, Naruto growled as he entered his house. Taju Kage Bunshin. Nearly 100 clones appeared, surrounding Naruto. I want 25 of you to continue working on chakra control, start the water walking exercise, 50 of you work on practicing Ka-san's taijutsu style. And the rest, wheel it's time for a battle royale. Yosh. The clones roared and separated. Naruto led his clones outsides into the training ground that his father had created. All right, let's get it on. He yelled as he clones charged. Arg! Naruto groaned as his alarm went off. The memory backlash of the 100 clones was really harsh on his mind, even if he had done it in shifts to limit it. But using his shadow clones to quickly learn the basics had allowed him to catch up his classmates extremely quickly. However, aside from the memory backlash, the other major fault of using clones was that he didn't have an opponent that would truly push him. All his clones were at his level, rather than someone higher. Still, it should be enough to put Tem in his place, Naruto said. Naruto arrived at the training ground 5 minutes before the 7 a.m. deadline. Sakura and Sasuke were already there. Naruto noticed that Sasuke was staring at him almost hungrily. A smirk spread over Naruto's face. Sorry Sasuke, but I don't swing that way, and besides isn't one of your goals to revive your clan and I can't help you with that. Sasuke went red and began sputtering, while Sakura looked torn between chastising Naruto and laughing her ass off. I'm not gay, Sasuke screamed. Could have fooled me, I mean you haven't taken your eyes off me since I got here, Naruto said. I mean I know I'm awesome but like I told you, I don't swing that way. Naruto. Sasuke roared, his face bright red. He grabbed a kunai from his holster and launched himself toward Naruto. Naruto's face went instantly serious as he settled into his taijutsu stance. Sasuke thrust the kunai at Naruto's chest. Sakura screamed but Naruto narrowed his eyes and quickly slapped the kunai away, grabbed Sasuke's outstretched arm by the elbow and shoulder and threw him head over heels. What the hell Tem? Naruto cried. Get that massive stick out of your ass and relax. Get a sense of humor. What's going on? Kakashi's voice asked from behind Sakura, who yelped in surprise. Sasuke Tem can't take a joke, Naruto said. Naruto called me gay. Sasuke roared. Well you wouldn't stop looking at me. I know I'm good looking but, Naruto was cut off as Sasuke raced toward him again. That's enough, Kakashi growled, grabbing Sasuke by the shirt. All right, since you two can't seem to keep from riling each other up, you're going to do an endurance spar. No stopping until you both have gotten this out of your system. Fine by me, Naruto said. Sasuke grunted. What about me? Sakura asked. I know you've mastered tree walking, so I want you to start water walking, Kakashi said. I'll have a shadow clone watch you while I try and keep these two from killing each other. Sakura nodded and walked off with clone Kakashi, though she kept glancing over her shoulder at the two boys. Now you two need to learn to work together but first you are both going to get rid of this stupid aggression. This spar is no holds, but no aiming to kill or permanently disable. Jutsus and weapons are fine and no stopping until someone is unable to continue or I deem it necessary to stop, understood? Hi, Naruto said. Sasuke grunted. Good, Hajime. Naruto pulled a kunai from his holster just as Sasuke hurled 5 shurikens at him. Naruto easily deflected them, though was forced to leap away as Sasuke charged forward. The pair traded punches for a good 5 minutes, neither landing a serious blow on the other. Sasuke disengaged and leapt backward, his hands flashing through seals. Kaden. Gokaku no Jutsu. Naruto leapt out of the way of the fireball. He quickly made some hand seals, took a deep breath and punched himself in the stomach. Futon. Renduken. Wind release. Air bullet. A concentrated ball of air shot out of Naruto's mouth. Sasuke dove out of the way and threw some kunai at Naruto. Naruto deflected the kunai before pumping chakra into his legs and dashing forward. Sasuke tried to put some distance between Naruto and himself but Naruto wouldn't let him get away. Cage Bunshin. Naruto cried. 4 Narutos appeared around Sasuke, hemming him in. Come on Uchiha, Let's see what you've really got, Naruto taunted. Sasuke growled and dove forward. Naruto blocked a punch, before retaliating with a right cross of his own. Sasuke ducked under the punch and put his foot into Naruto's stomach. Naruto bent over, and received a double-fisted hammer fist to the back of his neck for it. Sasuke grinned before Naruto disappeared in a puff of smoke. Clone, Sasuke growled. He turned, only to be tackled aside by a diving clone. How? Sasuke snarled. That was you. Kawarimi, Naruto said. I switched with one of my clones when I realized that you were about to get the upper hand. Sasuke threw the clone off him and turned to face Naruto. Fight me like a ninja, he roared. I am. Deception and trickery are major tools in a ninja's arsenal, Naruto said easily. But fine, if that's the way you want to play it. Naruto dispelled his clones and settled into his stance, right foot forward, arms outstretched, hands fisted loosely and knees bent. Sasuke charged, his fist raised ready to strike. Naruto easily deflected the punch, but Sasuke used the momentum to bring a roundhouse kick to Naruto's head. Naruto blocked the kick, mostly, with a raised arm but was knocked aside. Naruto rolled upright, just in time to block another fist. Naruto stepped inside Sasuke's guard and landed 2 blows to the Uchiha's stomach and finished the combo with a viscous uppercut to Sasuke's chin. Sasuke saw stars as Naruto's fist impacted with his chin, snapping his head back. Sasuke collapsed to the ground. Naruto was about to continue when a hand on his shoulder. It was Kakashi. That's enough. No, it's not, Sasuke growled, getting to his feet, somewhat shakily. It is because I said so, Kakashi snapped. Both of you need to cool off. Your comrades and teammates, start acting like it. Naruto, go work on your chakra control, Sasuke you do the same. I'm going to check on Sakura. Naruto nodded and vanished in a flash of yellow light. That kid is going to be either the death of me, or going to the one to make Konoha feared again. Kakashi thought. How does he do that? Sasuke said. What technique is that? It's called Shunshin, but he's added his own twist, Kakashi said. Most people in the leaf use leaves to mask it, but he uses something a little more flashy. How does he know that technique and I don't? Probably because Naruto is a genius at observation, he can see a technique only a few times before making it his own. He's had to rely on himself alone, longer than anyone, even you Sasuke. You two are more alike than you realize. It had been a week since Naruto and Sasuke's fight and Kakashi's dressing down of the Uchiha heir. Sasuke had taken a closer look at Naruto over the week and had slowly began taking the stick out of his ass. The other members of Team 7 noticed this mellowing out of Sasuke. Naruto and Sasuke continued to spar each day, and while they would continue to push their limits, the tension and killing intent had diminished drastically. Sakura's abilities had dramatically risen as well. With her constant work on her chakra reserves, they had grown to lower mid-genin level. They were still miles behind Naruto's or Sasuke's reserves, but her control was leagues above both boys. No way. I can't stand these D-rank missions. They aren't even missions, they're chores, Naruto complained as Team 7 entered the MDO, Tora once again in tow. We're ninjas, we shouldn't be weeding a garden or fixing a fence, we should be out fending off bandits or saving princesses. You are only genin, so you won't get higher ranked missions until you get more experience, Iruka cried using his big head jutsu. You aren't ready for those type of mission. How are we supposed to get more experience when all we do are these stupid chores, Naruto said. Iruka-sensei, we're not kids anymore, most of us stopped being children when we put these headbands on. Some even longer, he finished solemnly. Iruka fell silent, looking down at the desk. The Hokage coughed at the atmosphere. Naruto-kun, you have to understand that you must complete at least 8 D-rank missions before you can get a C-rank mission, Hiruzen said. Hokage-sama, Yesterday was our 8th D rank mission, and besides, I'm not asking for much, just a simple C rank that will get me out of the village for a week or so, Naruto said. The Hokage looked at Naruto with solemn eyes. He knew what was coming up, the Kyuubi festival as well as Naruto's birthday. Every year, on October 10th, the village celebrated the 4th Hokage's victory over the Kyuubi, and every year some villagers would get drunk and try to finish off the demon. Naruto had been admitted to the hospital on everyone of his birthday, with injuries ranging from some cuts and bruises to broken bones or puncture wounds from kunai swords. I see. Well, actually, I might just have the perfect mission for you, Hiruzen said. He picked up a C rank mission scroll. It's a simple escort mission. You are to escort the client back to his home in the Wave Country. Please send him in. The door opened, revealing an older man with graying hair, a torn and battered knapsack over his shoulder, and was holding a bottle of sake, from the smell. Is this it? The man slurred. I'm supposed to be protected by an emo kid with a duck's ass haircut, a pink-haired girl, I mean, who ever heard of a ninja with pink hair, and a shrimp with an idiot look on his face? The 3 genin growled at the man. Who are you calling a shrimp? Naruto yelled. And besides, it's not a good idea for you to insult the people who are supposed to be protecting you, another voice said softly from behind the man. It was Naruto. What the? The man yelped. When did he create a shadow clone? Kakashi asked himself. Naruto, you can't attack the client, it's bad for business, he said. I wasn't attacking him, just showing that we're up for the job, Naruto said. So then Team 7 will be escorting Tazuna-san back home, the Hokage said. I accept this to take no longer than a week to 10 days, but be careful. Hi. HN. Don't worry, Gigi, I'll be taking that hat someday, so I won't be dying yet, Naruto said. Alright, meet at the East Gate in an hour, Kakashi said. The genin nodded before leaving the MDO. Naruto skidded to a stop at the gate. Gomen everyone, I couldn't find my scrolls, he said. Whatever Dobi. Let's go, Sasuke scoffed. The group had just walked through the gates when they realized that they were missing a number. Naruto, what are you doing? Sakura cried. Naruto was standing next to one of the gates, a hand pressed against the worn wood. Sorry, it's just this is the first time I'm leaving the village, willingly, Naruto whispered the final word. Don't worry too, San. Ka-san, I'll be okay, Naruto thought. I won't die until I become Hokage and surpass both of you. Come on, Naruto Baka, or we're leaving you behind, Sakura yelled. Coming, Naruto cried. He vanished in a swirl of light and reappeared next to Sakura. Here I am. How do you do that? Sasuke asked. How do you know the Shunshin? That's what it's called, Naruto said. I never knew the name. Kakashi. Sakura and Sasuke nearly face vaulted at this. How did you not know the name of the technique? Sakura cried. What? It's not like I had anyone teach me or at home help me. Naruto retorted. Sakura looked down. I've had to learn on my own ever since I can remember. I realize that you're not from a ninja clan, but you didn't have to deal with the academy instructors trying to purposely fail you by sabotaging your exams. What do you mean? Sasuke asked. Kakashi frowned. He was going to have to report this to the Hokage. Did you really think that I was really dumb enough to fail the graduation exam 3 times? Yes, I still can't do clones because I have too much chakra, but my written exams had a genjutsu on them, and whenever I would find out, I would be accused of cheating, and besides half the time I would be sent out of class for no reason and not able to learn the lesson. After my first time failing, I realized that the instructors didn't like me, so I stopped trying to change things. Why would the instructors do that? Sakura asked. Who knows, but I didn't do anything to warrant it, Naruto said. Like I said, the only reason I didn't pass the ninjutsu exam was because I can't use the small amount of chakra that's needed to make 3 bunshin. The smallest amount of regular bunshin I can make is 10, and that's only because I've been working on my chakra control for the last 2 weeks. I probably would have made like 50 on exam day. But why didn't you do that during the exam? Sakura asked. I'm sure you would have passed. I doubt it. Mizuki Tem would have found something wrong and failed me. I still suck at genjutsu, which is what the bunshin is, an illusion technique. Baka. You shouldn't call Mizuki-sensei that, Sakura cried. Actually, that's a good name for that traitor, Kakashi grumbled. What? Sakura and Sasuke said. Mizuki tried to steal the forbidden scroll of sealing, Kakashi said. Naruto was able to help Anbu catch him. How was that Dobi able to help? Sasuke asked. Well, I had pranked some people, so some Anbu were looking for me and we ran into Mizuki Tem, Naruto said. I didn't do much more than that. Thought so, Sasuke scoffed. Kakashi shot Naruto a look, but the blonde just shook his head. Team 7, Kakashi and Tazuna continued on their way. Naruto would periodically look over his shoulder, as the village gates grew smaller, behind them. Tazuna-san, you're from the wave country, correct? Sakura asked. Yes, what of it? Kakashi-sensei, does the wave have ninja? She asked. No, the wave doesn't have any ninja, it's too small, Kakashi answered. And we shouldn't see any combat, unless we are unlucky and run into some bandits. Naruto noticed that Tazuna stiffened slightly, though it could have just been because of the thought of a bandit attack. Naruto extended his senses as much as possible, pushing chakra into his ears and nose. Slowly, he could hear much clearer around the group. He had to focus only on his ears because the smell of Tazuna's sake was becoming overwhelming. Naruto had discovered this trick after talking with Kiba about how the boy seemed to hear and smell things that others couldn't. It had really helped him evade his pursuers after one of his pranks. Naruto stumbled over a loose rock and fell to his knees, one hand falling into a puddle. Naruto, would you hurry up? Sakura cried. Naruto didn't answer as he got to his feet, and brushed himself off when he froze. His hand wasn't wet. What's going on? He thought. Why isn't my hand wet, and how is there a puddle when it hasn't rained in like 2 weeks? Suddenly 2 figures burst out of the puddle and streaked for Kakashi. In an instant, the Jonin was wrapped up in a chain, a horrified expression on his partially visible face. One down, one of the figures said grimly as the chain tightened and ripped through Kakashi. Sakura screamed as Kakashi seemed to explode into little bits. Now then, who's next? The other ninja said. The pair spun and raced toward Sakura and Tazuna. Sakura-chan, protect Tazuna, Naruto barked. Sasuke, with me. Naruto hurled a pair of kunai at the charging ninja, who easily blocked them with a clawed gauntlet. However, this left them out of position to defend against Sasuke, who was able to pin the ninja's chain to a nearby tree with some shurikens and kunai. The raven-haired boy appeared above the restrained ninja and kicked them both in the head, knocking them both away, snapping the chain. The enemy ninja quickly recovered and charged toward Sakura and Tazuna once again. Cage Bunshin, Naruto cried. 5 Narutos appeared and formed a protective wall in front of Sakura and Tazuna. Each of the Narutos drew a kunai. Don't even think about it, Naruto growled. The enemy ninja scoffed. Please boy, you're nothing. What can you hope to do? One sneered. Me, nothing. I'm just stalling for time, you got them sensei? Naruto asked. Yep, Kakashi said as he reappeared behind the masked ninja. He knocked them out with a swift chop to the back of their necks. Well done all of you. Sensei, Sakura cried. You're alive. But I saw. She trailed off when she saw that Kakashi's bloody remains were actually a shredded log. Substitution, Naruto questioned. Kakashi nodded. Why? I wanted to see how well you all handled yourselves. So this was a test. Sakura screamed. Kakashi's sweat dropped. Don't worry, I was watching the whole time and would have stepped in if things got out of hand. And I wanted to know if I was their target or someone else. Tazuna stiffened as Kakashi's stare pinned him. Tazuna-san, why are 2C rank missing nins from Kiri after you? The Jonin said. These two are called the Demon Brothers, so why were they after you? Tazuna gulped. My country is suffering under the rule of an evil tyrant, Getu, the man said. Getu? You mean the shipping magnate? One of the wealthiest men in the world, Getu. Kakashi said. Yes, but that's his public persona. Getu has taken over the country by controlling the shipping lanes and trade in the country. My bridge is our only chance at getting some control back. Our country is so poor that even our nobles have little money. So you thought that deceiving the Hokage and us was the right idea? Kakashi asked. This mission should be at least a B rank, possibly an A rank. My team isn't ready, we need to head back to the village. No, Naruto barked. No. Yes, we were hired to do a mission, and I'm going to complete it even if it's by myself, Naruto growled. We can't just give up when something unexpected happens. Being a ninja means expecting the unexpected. Kakashi's visible eye widened at the forcefulness and passion in Naruto's voice. All right, I'll put it to a vote, the Jonin said. You know my vote, Naruto said. We should keep going, Sasuke said. I need to prove myself, to get stronger so I can kill that man. Sakura looked conflicted. She wanted to go home, she agreed with their sensei, they weren't ready for this. But she also didn't want to look weak in front of Sasuke. Don't worry Sakura-chan, I won't let anything happen to you, Naruto said. Believe it. Sakura managed a grateful smile to Naruto before she nodded to Kakashi. All right then, we're continuing the mission. Thought I'll be sending a message to the Hokage requesting backup, Kakashi said. As well as a pickup crew for these two. Yada. Let's go. Naruto cried. Baka. Be quiet, Sakura scolded before slapping him upside the head. Gomen Sakura-chan, just excited about continuing the mission, Naruto said. Well, keep it to yourself, there might be more enemies around. Don't worry Sakura-chan, I promise that I won't let anything happen to you and I don't go back on my word, he said. Baka. Sakura said, though there was no malice or anger in her voice and her face seemed to have taken on a tinge to match her hair. Come on you two, we want to get moving, Kakashi said. Naruto and Sakura raced off to catch up with the others, both blushing slightly. Wow, Naruto said softly as the outline of a large bridge came silently ghosting out of the thick mist that surrounded them. Please keep it down, we're nearly there but I don't want Getu's patrols to find us, the boat driver whispered. Naruto, Sakura and Sasuke tensed at this, the mist made it nearly impossible for them to see more than 20 feet in front of them. Naruto seriously wondered how the boat captain could find his way. Here we are, this is as far as I can take you, the captain said as the boat scraped gently against the shore. Take care. Thank you, Tazuna said. He led Team 7 and Kakashi into the woods, the mist following them. Naruto pushed some chakra into his ears and nose once again as they walked. Kakashi had told them that there was a chance that there would be another encounter with an enemy, and Naruto wanted to be ready. He knew that with the mist, he'd most likely hear or smell something before seeing it. Naruto's ears twitched as he heard something rustling in the bushes. There, he cried, hurling a kunai into the bushes. Naruto, what the hell? Sakura cried. I heard something in the bushes, Naruto said as he walked over to where he had thrown the kunai. Oops, Naruto said. What did you do? Sakura asked. False alarm, he said, reappearing with a trembling white bunny in his arms. You baka, Sakura cried, grabbing the bunny from Naruto's arms. Way to go Dobi, Sasuke said. You nearly killed a rabbit. Shut it Tem, I didn't know it was there, Gomen Bunny-chan, Naruto said. Just then he heard a loud whooshing sound. Get down, Naruto and Kakashi shouted. Naruto dove forward and shoved Sakura and Sasuke to the ground while Kakashi knocked Tazuna down. An enormous sword came whizzing overhead and lodged itself in a nearby tree. A tall, thin man wearing dark gray camo pants and a dark blue shirt appeared, standing on the sword's quivering handle. So, that's why the demon brothers failed, didn't know they would have to go up against Kakashi the copy ninja, the man chuckled darkly. Momochi Zabuza, the devil of the bloody mist, Kakashi said. Looks like we were right in thinking that we'd be meeting someone more advanced. Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, stay back and protect Tazuna, this one is out of your league. Team 7 leapt back and surrounded Tazuna, Naruto making a shadow clone to protect their rear. I'm going to have to get serious, Kakashi said, lifting his forehead protector to reveal his other eye, yet this one was blood red instead of brown. Sharingan, Sasuke whispered, almost in awe. What? Naruto asked. So, you brought out the Sharingan, Kakashi, so will you show me why you are an A-rank shinobi in my bingo book? Zabuza said. But besides from that eye, you are really nothing. So what will you do if you can't see me? Zabuza made some hand signs and cried, Sweden, Kurigakur no Jutsu. A thick mist drew in around the clearing, obscuring their sight. What's with this mist? I can't even see my own hands, Sasuke said. Everyone keep sharp, Kakashi said. Zabuza is a master of the art of silent killing. An evil, bone-chilling chuckle filled the clearing. It seems like you have read up on me, Kakashi. There are 8 points on the body that mean instant death. Liver, heart, lungs, jugular, brain, spine, kidneys and clavicle vein, so many choices. I can't see a thing in this mist, Naruto thought. That's it. His hands flew through multiple hand signs before taking a deep breath and releasing it, Futon, Uki Aori no Jutsu. Wind release. Great gust jutsu, pretty self-explanatory. A stream of wind blew from his mouth, slowly the mist began to dissipate. What the? Sakura cried. Well, it seems that the blonde brat has a bit of skill, Zabuza's voice said. To think that a genin has the chakra and the forethought to use a wind jutsu to blow away my mist. However, you're too late. Suddenly Zabuza appeared in the middle of Team 7's formation, his sword across his back, ready to slash Tazuna in two. You're dead, Zabuza cried, slashing the sword down. Poof. What the hell? Zabuza blinked as Tazuna, Sakura and Sasuke and Naruto vanished into smoke and were replaced by more Narutos. Gotcha. Naruto cried as he and his clones dove toward Zabuza, all with kunai drawn. Not bad, brat. Combining the shadow clone, henge and substitution in one, Zabuza said. You've got some real talent, but you're still years away from beating me. The tall man swung his sword in a blindingly fast slash that destroyed all the clones. Naruto. Sakura cried from the bushes where she, Sasuke and Tazuna had been transported to. What, Sakura-chan? Naruto's voice came from above them. She looked up and saw Naruto standing on a branch above them. Nani? How did you get up there? Sakura asked, the knot in her chest loosening at the sight of her blonde teammate. I substituted all 4 of us with my clones, Naruto said without looking down at the others. When did Naruto get this good? Sasuke thought. He was able to use the shadow clone, henge and substitution in rapid succession and in perfect timing. Is that all you can do? Zabuza roared. Not quite, Kakashi growled. Why don't you fight me? I can't be shown up by my students. Not quite, Kakashi growled. Why don't you fight me? I can't be shown up by my students, now can I? Well then, I guess I'll have to finish you off before the old man and the brats, Zabuza said. I don't think so, Kakashi growled as he leapt back. And besides, I've already foreseen the end of this fight, and it ends with your death. Really? Well, let's put that prediction to the test, Zabuza cried. He made several hand signs before crying out, Sweden, Suiryuden no Jutsu. Water release. Water dragon bullet jutsu. Sweden. Suiryuden no Jutsu. Kakashi shouted. Twin spires of water shot out of the lake, quickly forming dragons with glowing yellow eyes. The two chakra dragons crashed into each other, causing a massive explosion. Naruto had to raise his arms to shield his gaze. Wow, so this is what a Jonin-level ninja battle is like, Naruto softly. I can barely keep up with their hand signs. Naruto, get down here, Sakura said. You're going to get hurt if you fall from there. Naruto hopped down from the branch and landed next to Sakura. Come on Sakura-chan, I can handle it, he said. There came another explosion and Sakura ducked her head. It's all right Sakura-chan, Naruto said. Sakura cautiously opened her eyes to see Naruto, with his back to her, watching the fight. His eyes were focused and sharp, his body tensed like a coil ready to spring. Don't worry Sakura-chan, Kakashi-sensei will beat this eyebrow-less freak and then we can get out of here. Remember, I won't let anything happen to you, I promise. Just then they heard a cry of pain coming from the clearing. Zabuza was pinned up against a tree by several kunai, Kakashi was on a branch above him. Looks like my eye does tell the future, Kakashi said as he raised another kunai. You don't scare me Kakashi, this isn't over, you hear? Zabuza was cut off as several needles pierced his neck. Kakashi whipped his head around to find the source. Thank you Leaf Nin, we've been searching for Zabuza for a very long time, a soft voice said. A masked person appeared next to Zabuza. You're a Kiri hunter Nin. Kakashi said. Correct. Now if you'll excuse me, I must dispose of his body, the ninja said before vanishing in a swirl of leaves with Zabuza in tow. For the size of that kid and his voice, that kid is probably Naruto's age, Kakashi thought. Sensei, what happened? Naruto cried as he led the others into the clearing. Who was that? A hunter Nin from Kiri, he was the one who killed Zabuza, Kakashi said. Suddenly, he pitched forward and fell to the ground. Sensei, Sakura cried. It's all right, I'm just exhausted from using the Sharingan too much, Kakashi said. I just need to rest for a bit. Is your house nearby Tazuna-san? Naruto asked. Yes, it's about a mile down the road, Tazuna said. Naruto nodded. A couple of shadow clones popped into existence and picked up Kakashi under the arms. The group was off. Kakashi groaned as consciousness returned to him. Twin thuds followed as Naruto and Sakura fell back onto their butts. Damn it, Naruto growled. We were so close. We need to know what's behind that mask, Sakura thought. Sasuke shook his head at his teammates' antics, though inwards he was cringing too. Sasuke wanted to know what was behind Kakashi's mask as much as the others. Welcome back to the land of the living, Sensei, Naruto said cheerily. Where am I? Kakashi asked. We're at Tazuna-san's house. You passed out from chakra exhaustion after that hunter Nin killed Zabuza, Sakura said. I see. How long was I out? About 12 hours, though it looks like you won't be fully healed for a couple more days, Naruto said. I've got some soldier pills if you'd like. Good thinking. Give me one, Kakashi said. But only one, if I take too many too quickly, I could overload my chakra network. Naruto took a pill from his pouch. Here you go sensei, do you need help? He asked innocently. No, I have it under control, Kakashi said. In a flash, his hand shot out, snatched the pill from Naruto's hand and he quickly ate it, without removing his mask. Naruto, Sakura and Sasuke fell anime style. How is that possible? The genin all thought. Ah, you're finally awake, a woman's voice said from the doorway. An attractive woman with long dark hair and brown eyes was standing in the doorway, holding a tray of food. Oh hell there, Kakashi said. I'm Tsunami, Tazuna's daughter. I just want to thank you for protecting my father and bringing him home. It's no trouble Tsunami-san, it's our job, Kakashi said. Naruto looked at Sakura and they both hid a giggle. So sensei, what do we do now? Sakura asked. Well, I can't be training you three very well while I'm laid up like this, so we'll be working on figuring out what your chakra elements are. Chakra elements? Naruto asked. Yes, there are 5 elements: wind, water, fire, earth and lighting, Kakashi said. Most genin only have 1 chakra affinity, jonin are required to have 2, though most older ninja can use all of them to some degree. Kakashi reached into his holster and pulled out several slips of paper. This paper is special, it's from a tree that has been feed chakra constantly over time. All you have to do is channel some chakra into it, and it will reveal your chakra nature. If the paper burns, it's fire; if the paper gets wet, you have water. If the paper crumbles, you have lighting; if the paper turns to dust, you have an earth affinity, and finally if the paper gets spilt, you have wind, understand? The genin nodded and each took a piece of paper. Sasuke, you first, Kakashi said. Sasuke nodded and closed his eyes. The paper seemed to crumple in on itself as well as burst into flames at the same time. Fire and lighting, Kakashi said. Fire isn't surprising since the Uchiha clan always used fire techniques well, though I haven't seen a reaction like that. But to have lighting as well is a bit of a surprise, but not an unhappy one since I'm a lighting user. Sasuke smirked. He had 2 affinities, of course he did, he was an Uchiha. Sakura, you're next, Kakashi said. Sakura nodded, and channeled some chakra into the paper. The paper immediately turned soggy as well as it began to fall apart in clumps that fell to the floor with squishy thuds. Well then, it seems that Sakura has 2 affinities as well, water and earth, Kakashi said. Both are very well suited for defensive jutsus and require good chakra control to utilize to their highest potential. Sakura beamed and looked at Sasuke, hoping that he'd be impressed. However, her hopeful gaze was met by one that was filled with smoldering rage. She quickly averted her gaze to hide the tears that were beginning to blur her vision. All right, Sakura-chan, you're awesome to have 2 affinities, Naruto said. And I guess good for you too, Sasuke, he added grudgingly. Okay, Naruto, let's see what the Leaf's number 1 knucklehead ninja has in store, Kakashi said. Naruto looked down at the chakra paper in his hand and channeled some into it. He watched as the paper spilt cleanly down the middle, leaving him holding 2 halves. Then one half became soggy, while the other half crinkled at the corners very slightly. I have 3 affinities, Naruto thought, his eyes wide. I mean, I knew that Tu-san had a wind affinity and Ka-san had water, but where the hell did lighting come into the picture? That's interesting. Wind and water were expected since Sensei had wind while Kushne-chan had water, but for Naruto to have lighting as well, he truly is the most surprising ninja ever, Kakashi thought. Could it be the Kyuubi? Naruto has 3 affinities. Sakura cried mentally. He has more than Sasuke-kun. How the hell does that Dobi have 3 affinities? Sasuke fumed. Not only that, but he also has a lighting affinity as well. Well then, this team is very well rounded, Kakashi said. Between the 3 of you, we have all 5 elements covered. This will be very interesting. Alright, so what are we going to do now that we know our affinities? Naruto said. Well, first off, you'll learn how to draw out your elemental chakra, Kakashi said. Each of you will focus on mastering 1 element at a time. Sakura, you'll start with water, find a towel, soak it in water, then use your chakra to draw the water out of the towel. This will work on your elemental chakra as well as continuing to work on your chakra control. Sasuke, you will work on fire first. I know you know some fire jutsus, but I want you to work on setting a leaf on fire with your chakra, but don't burn the leaf. And Naruto, you will work on cutting a leaf in half using your chakra. Hi, Naruto and Sakura said while Sasuke just grunted, still looking furious at Naruto. The genin left the room in search of their training tools. Naruto went to his pack and fished out his father's wind jutsu scroll. Naruto wasn't surprised that he had a dual affinity of wind and water since they were his parents' major elements, but he had no idea where his lighting element had come from. But he wasn't complaining about it, he had more affinities than Sasuke and they were the Uchiha's opposite. Opening the wind scroll, Naruto read that Kakashi had been right that cutting a leaf was the beginner's exercise for working on wind chakra. The way to do it was to imagine your chakra as two blades grinding against each other, sharpening it to a fine edge. Naruto went outside and summoned roughly 50 clones. All right, each of you take a leaf and cut it using only chakra. After an hour, dispel 5 at a time in 2-minute intervals, he said. Yosh. It was nightfall when Naruto returned to the house, mentally exhausted from the memory transfer of his clones, but Naruto was pleased as he had managed to make a cut 1/5 through his leaf. Naruto found Sakura, Sasuke and Kakashi waiting for him to return before having dinner. Tazuna and Tsunami were also there as well as a young boy who was wearing a floppy hat, a blue-white striped shirt and dark blue pants. Were you all waiting for me? Naruto asked. Where the hell have you been, Dobi? Sasuke barked. I was training Sasuke. You didn't have to wait, Naruto said. Sasuke didn't respond but just glared at Naruto. How far did you all get today? Kakashi asked after Naruto sat down and their meal was nearly finished. I managed to cut about 1/5 through the leaf, Naruto said. I was about to dry 1/4 of the towel, Sakura said, pride filling her voice. Kakashi nodded. Sasuke, I've gotten it to the point where my leaf is only crispy but I'm having trouble keeping the temperature down, the Uchiha said. Well done all of you, Kakashi said. Once you have completed this exercise, come to me, I have a jutsu that I can teach to all of you except for you Naruto. There aren't many wind chakra users in the land of fire, so I don't have any jutsus that. It's okay sensei, I have a scroll of wind jutsus that I brought with me, Naruto said. I found it laying around that had a bunch of jutsus. That's where I learned that jutsu I used against Zabuza, though I haven't mastered it yet. It's pointless, the young boy said. Why are you even here? Inari. Don't say that, Tsunami scolded. These people helped save your grandfather. Why are you still here then? Inari asked. We're here to finish our mission, which is to protect the old man until his bridge is done, Naruto said. You're going to die, you know that right? Inari said. Gato is going to kill you. Of course we're going to die, Naruto said, stunning everyone. Everyone dies at some point in their lives. But we're not going to die for a long time, I'm not going to die until I become Hokage. Gato is going to send men after you and they're going to kill you. He's too strong, no one can stand up against him, Inari cried. Whatever kid, I've already said my piece, Naruto said. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to bed. Thank you for dinner Tsunami-san. Naruto left without another word. Both Sakura and Sasuke were stunned at the maturity that Naruto showed. They had expected their blonde teammate to blow up at the younger boy but he had calmly refuted Inari and then quietly left the room. Kakashi was extremely proud of his student. He, like the other two genin, had expected Naruto to scream at the boy but Naruto had kept his cool and quieted the boy. Kakashi was surprised at the maturity that Naruto had but Naruto had been surprising him ever since he had become his student. Stupid Gaki, Naruto growled. Where does he get off saying that? Naruto walked past an open door and noticed a picture frame on the desk. The picture inside the frame looked like it had been torn from another photo. It was of a middle-aged man with black hair, an X-shaped scar on his chin and a headband made of rope. I wonder who that is. Naruto thought. I haven't seen him around here but he looks about Tsunami-san's age. Could he be that brat's dad? Naruto heard footsteps coming up the stairs behind him. Turning quickly he rushed off into his and Sasuke's room. Once there, he pulled out one of his father's Fuinjutsu scrolls and began reading. When Sasuke entered the room roughly 2 hours later, he found Naruto asleep on his cot, a scroll sticking out of his pack. Grinning, Sasuke snuck around Naruto and picked up the scroll. He tried to open the scroll but it seemed to be sealed. Narrowing his eyes, Sasuke prepared to focus some chakra into the scroll. I wouldn't do that, Tem, Naruto's voice growled from behind Sasuke. If you try and force open that seal with chakra other than my own, it'll backfire and cause some serious backlash. And besides, why are you even trying? It's a wind jutsu scroll. That was a lie. The scroll in Sasuke's hands was a scroll that had notes of his father's signature ninjutsu, the Rasengan. The Rasengan was an A-rank jutsu that needed near-perfect chakra control to perform it since it was all shape manipulation, willing the chakra into the shape of a sphere. Naruto knew that he was still nowhere near the level of chakra control to perform the jutsu, but with each day he got closer. And why were you going through my stuff anyway? Naruto asked. Sasuke glared at Naruto but dropped the scroll back into Naruto's bag. Whatever, Dobi, I'm going to bed, the Uchiha said. Naruto rolled his eyes and sealed up his pack before going back to sleep. Dobi, wake up, Sasuke growled. Naruto shot upright, a kunai appearing in his hand ready to slash or block. Easy there, just waking you up. Sorry, Sasuke. Instincts, Naruto said, stowing his kunai and grabbing his clothes before disappearing into the bathroom. Sasuke frowned as Naruto closed the door behind him. That wasn't just instincts that had Naruto drawing that kunai so quickly. It was too smooth a motion for just that. Naruto had had practice waking up and drawing a weapon that quickly. Why would Adobe need to have practiced that? Sasuke thought before walking downstairs. Come on, Naruto, Sakura cried up the stairs. Hurry up. Just then Naruto appeared in a flash of yellow light. Gomen, Sakura-chan, didn't get much sleep last night. What do you mean? Sakura asked. You went to bed well before any of us. Well, yeah, but I stayed up for a bit reading a scroll of mine, Naruto said. And just because I went to bed earlier doesn't mean I got a lot of sleep. Okay, why didn't you get a lot of sleep? Sakura asked. Bad dreams. Why are you still here? Inari snapped as he appeared in the doorway. You're going to get killed if you stay here. Getu is invincible, I'm trying to help you. Whatever, kid, like I told you last night, I'm not going to die until I become Hokage, Naruto said. And besides, this Getu doesn't sound too strong, he just had money. That isn't real strength. Don't talk about stuff you don't understand, Inari screamed. I bet you're never suffered like I have a day in your life, always smiling like that. Getu is too strong for someone to beat. Naruto froze after Inari's suffering comment. Kakashi looked at the blonde as he felt the slight killing intent leaking out of Naruto. It was as if a chill had fallen over the room. Don't talk to me about suffering, Naruto said softly. You should be grateful that you don't have my life. What do you know? You have no idea how we've suffered under Getu, Inari cried, tears streaming down his cheeks. Can the pity act, brat? Naruto snarled. I'm guessing that picture in your room was of your father, and since he's not here, he must have died and I'm sorry for that. But don't you ever think that you've had a tougher life than me. In case you forgot, you still have your mother and grandfather, who love you but you don't care about how they feel. All you care about is yourself, and how you feel. Don't you realize that they must be feeling the same thing as you? They must miss him as much as you do, but you just go around crying and whining about how bad a life you have when you don't realize how well you actually have it. Inari began backing away from Naruto, tears seemingly frozen on his face. Naruto gave the boy one final glare before storming off. Gomen, about Naruto, he means well but he's not the most eloquent of people, Kakashi said, bowing to Tsunami, Tazuna and Inari. Sakura stood frozen in shock as Naruto brushed past her, his face twisted in anger and anguish. PFF'd, Sasuke snorted. Where does the Dobi get off? Like he's had a tough life, always smiling and laughing. You're wrong, Sasuke, Kakashi said. Naruto has lived a life that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. He's lived a life much worse than even yours, Sasuke. Whatever. I seriously doubt that, Sasuke said. I mean, what had the Dobi lost like I lost my family? It's hard to lose something that you never had, Kakashi said softly. What do you mean? Sakura asked. That's something for Naruto to tell you when he's ready. Don't pressure him, or you'll lose him. Kage Bunshin. Naruto cried when he found a large clearing in the woods behind Tazuna's house. Roughly 100 clones appeared. All right, half work on the leaf cutting exercise, the rest will be working on our taijutsu. I need to work off some stream. Now get to work. Right. There was a tremendous crash as Kakashi, Sakura and Sasuke entered the woods. What the hell was that? Sasuke cried. Naruto. Sakura cried. Come on, Kakashi ordered. The trio leapt off in search of their comrade. The scene they came upon both stunned and amazed them. The clearing was riddled with kunai, shuriken and body-shaped craters. Naruto was in the middle of one such crater. Surrounding him were 10 of his shadow clones, all with kunai or shuriken drawn. Kai. They heard Naruto say before he vanished in a blur of yellow light that only Kakashi could keep up with. The clones charged, but within 30 seconds, each had been beaten and exploded in a puff of smoke. When the smoke cleared, Naruto was standing, though it seemed just barely. His clothes were torn, his hands and face scratched and bruised, and his hair plastered to his forehead with sweat. Team 7 and Kakashi leapt down from the branch that they had been observing from and began walking over. Oh hey guys, Gomen about running off like that, but I wanted to get some more training in before everyone else, Naruto said. You were training? Sakura cried, disbelief and awe evident in her voice. You call that training? Yeah, I was working on my speed, endurance in taking hits and situational awareness, Naruto said. Having shadow clones throw kunai and shuriken at you while you fight some other clones is really a workout. So sensei, what's next? Sasuke and Sakura sweat dropped. You still want to train after all that? Sasuke said. Of course, how am I supposed to get stronger if I don't train? Naruto said, as if it was the most obvious thing in the world. Naruto, how did you move so fast just then? Sakura asked. I mean, I couldn't even keep up with you, just this yellow streak. Oh, Naruto said, rubbing the back of his head sheepishly. That was me without my seals on. Kakashi stiffened. What seal? He asked, with a bit of a warning tone. Naruto caught it. It's just a weight and resistance training seal, Naruto said. I can channel some chakra into it and it adds weight evenly to my body as well as adding resistance to it. It helps me work on getting stronger without bulking up, as well as making me faster. Kakashi's visible eye widened. That's the same training method that Sensei used and had us use. Guide is something similar but with metal weights instead of chakra weights, he thought. Naruto, what level are you at? The Jonin asked. Right now, I'm at level 3, but I'll be moving up to level 4 in a couple of days if all goes well, Naruto said. How much weight is that? Sakura asked. Each level is equal to my weight, so right now at level 3, it's about 325 pounds, Naruto said to the astonishment of the other two genin. And the resistance seal is also at level 3. That seal acts as like I'm moving through water or a stiff breeze, roughly around 5 mph. So you've been training and fighting us with an extra 300 pounds on and a 15 miles per hour wind blowing against you. Sasuke cried. Naruto nodded. Sasuke was furious. He had been on equal terms with Naruto for the past few weeks, which shocked Sasuke enough as there had been a giant gap between them during the academy. But to hear that Naruto had been holding back this much was something the Uchiha couldn't handle. Naruto noticed that Sasuke had stiffened when he had finished talking and he could feel the anger flowing off the dark-haired boy. Sasuke-kun, what's wrong? Sakura asked. How? Everyone looked at the Uchiha in confusion, but Naruto could feel a storm brewing just underneath the surface of the Uchiha's calm facade. How are you so strong? Sasuke roared, glaring at Naruto. How can you, a clan-less orphan, be stronger than an Uchiha? We're supposed to be the best. Kakashi and Sakura looked stunned at Sasuke's outburst. And that's why, Naruto said. Sasuke looked up. You feel that just because you're an Uchiha that you are strong. Strength is something you have to work for and earn. I have had to fight and claw for every little thing in my life, while you've had the whole village bowing at your feet thinking you shit gold bricks. Sakura went red at Naruto's language while Sasuke fumed. What do you know? You didn't have your whole family murdered in one night by the man you looked up to. Sasuke roared. You're both right and wrong, Naruto said softly. You're right that I didn't have my family killed by my brother, but that's because I never knew my family. Both my parents were killed within minutes of my birth. I've been alone my entire life. Scorned and hated for no reason other than my very existence. So don't ever think that I don't know the pain you've felt of being alone, because you at least have the memories of your family to think back on. You also have the whole village looking out for you. They want to help you, but you just push them away. I have nobody like that. No one in the village will give me the time of day except for Tsuki and Ayame at Ichiraku. Naruto stalked off, leaving Sakura, who had tears welling in her eyes, Kakashi, who looked somber, pain and grief in his visible eye, and Sasuke, who looked stunned, in the clearing. Why don't you two continue working on your elemental training and I'll go find Naruto? Kakashi said. He left without another word. Sakura looked at Sasuke, but the raven-haired boy walked off without a word. Naruto was walking back toward Tazuna's house, his mind churning with the words of Sasuke and Inari. They know nothing of what I've been through, about how much I've suffered compared to them, he thought. Of course they don't know, they know nothing, a deep, dark, sinister aged voice echoed in Naruto's head. Naruto opened his eyes. He was standing shin deep in water. An enormous gate, bigger than the Konoha gates, were in front of him. What's going on? Naruto asked out loud. So my warden has finally decided to reveal himself to me. The voice boomed out. Suddenly Naruto saw the hazy outline of an enormous fox, with teeth twice the size of Naruto and a blood-red, silted eye that was glaring down at the blonde ninja. So you're the Kyuubi, Naruto said. Yes, and I can ease all your pain and suffering. Let me help you take revenge on those who had hurt you, the massive fox said with an almost seductive tone. Well, that does sound intriguing, but what must I do to get this? Naruto asked. Free me, the Kyuubi roared, slamming against the gate. There was a great flash of white light and the enormous fox was thrown back. It seems that my father's seal is doing its job, Naruto said. The Kyuubi chuckled. It was a bone-chilling sound, even more so than Zabuza's, but that was to be expected as the Kyuubi was centuries old and a being of pure chakra and negative emotions. So you know that it was your own father who sealed me in you, the fox said. So how does that make you feel? What are you, my psychiatrist? Naruto snarked. Should I call you Dr. Kyuubi? Naruto laughed as the fox grumbled at the boy. Then a thought struck Naruto. Hey, what do I call you? He asked. What? The Kyuubi said, surprise evident in its tone. I mean, I guess I can call you Kyuubi or Fox, but I figured that you'd rather be called by your name, Naruto said. That is, if you have a name. Of course I have a name, the Kyuubi roared. Then what is it? The giant eye narrowed itself at Naruto. You know, Kit, you're the first human to ask for my name in many years. You've got some guts, I'll give you that. It's Kurama. Nice to meet you, Kurama-san, and thank you for healing me over the years, Naruto said. You're probably the only one that I can say that has been there for me my entire life, and I thank you for that. That was all self-preservation, Kit. If you die, well, I can't die, but it will take a few years before I reform, and besides it hurts like a bitch, Kurama said. Now get out of here, that Cyclops sensei of yours is looking at you like a pervert. Naruto was about to shout something when he felt someone shake his shoulder. The blonde boy opened his eyes to find Kakashi kneeling next to him. "Ah, Naruto, you're awake." "For a second there I thought something had happened," the Jonin said. "I'm okay, sensei. I just needed to get away from everyone for a bit, had a lot on my mind," Naruto said. "I see. You did seem to get a bit off your chest back there and I think your teammates took notice," Kakashi said. "Good, but I don't want their pity. I just want them both to understand that I've had to put up with a lot of crap in my life and I'm done," Naruto said. "I'm proud of you, Naruto. You're growing up very well considering everything, and I know your parents would be very proud of you as well." "Arigato, sensei. Now I have some leaves to cut," Naruto said. "Then I'll leave you to it."